Hi, I'm Tim with Strictly Ceilings. We're on a project today and we're ready to install the ceiling grid for our customer. This is a great time to talk about the different kinds of ceiling grid systems that are available to you. Now, there's two main types of grid that you could install on your project. The first is the standard 15/16 inch grid. This is the most commonly used grid system on the market today. Now, this is the type of grid that you would use for a traditional suspended ceiling installation. Typically, this grid is referred to as the 1-inch wide grid. Why is that? Because the white face of the grid, or the exposed part of the grid, is 1 inch wide. Where can you find it? Just about anywhere. Any home store or any commercial acoustical supplier. One advantage to the 1-inch wide grid is that the ceiling tiles are going to be readily available. You should have no problem finding new or replacement tiles to fit this grid. Click on the tab below to see what this grid looks like when it's been installed. Now, let's take a look at another type of grid system that would be available to you. This grid has several names, like fine line or narrow grid. Why is that? Because the width of the white face of this grid is only 9/16. That's about half the width of the standard grid. This is the type of grid that we're installing for our customer today. Now, why would you want this type of grid? Well, if you don't like the look of a traditional suspended ceiling, then you would want to install the narrow grid system. Now, where can you find it? Well, you're not going to find it at any home store. You need to go to a commercial acoustical supplier. What about the ceiling tiles? Same thing. Tiles for narrow grid systems are not as readily available. One advantage to the narrow grid is that the commercial suppliers generally have more products to choose from, and the quality of those products are higher because they're rated for commercial and industrial use. Click on the tab below and check out what a ceiling looks like with the narrow grid installed. You'll also see other types of grid designs that are available to you as well. Hey, thanks for joining us today, and good luck with that ceiling project. And remember, at Strictly Ceilings, we always guarantee you'll look up to us. All right, guys, let's get started on this grid project.